Welcome to Alley Top Files. Yes, we got Blake Neff in spaces, which is really, really weird. So, if you weren't there last night, a lot of people were sending links. Anyways, I got invited to the space before he even came on. So, he came on. So this was Louisiana. If you're not following her, I'll show you her in a second, and she'll be on the screen. Like she was hosting. And she's like, I know you're tired. You're covering the court cases. Can you come in? I know she said Gary was in there. And I said, sure. I'll try. I'll go listen. And then if I speak, I speak. But then Blake came in. So this was wild. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I do want to, I asked him a question. A lot of the questions, he did pretty good. Like a lot of people were asking, jumping in and going, I want to ask a question. I want to ask a question. But I think he did good. He answered a lot of people. He didn't have to. But why is he on X Spaces? And he jumped from this one to another one. And I don't know if he was doing that all night. So this is so bizarre. But I'm gonna bring it up right now. And I asked him a question too. So let's listen. First of all, shout out to Louisiana on X.
Shutter speed, it's completely automatic. Those are not good. I mean, those are not like high dollar systems. I don't even know how old they are, and we don't know what the resolution of those things are. But
my high school camera had you could zoom in on a ladybug on a blade of grass from 500 yards away.
It wasn't your high school cameras. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You might have had better high school cameras than that. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't prove anything. The question is why was Tyler Robinson there 3.5 hours away? Why was his car there? Why did he clearly get out of his car? We can see the person that gets out of the car. We track. They're going to have his movements tracked from point A to point B.
We don't know. We can't even see him. We're supposed to be like, yeah, I trust you, bro. That's him. That grainy footage is him. I mean, my front door camera and my pet camera takes better footage. So this is a university, which it worries me if another thing happened there, like, an assault or something happened to somebody. They don't have proper footage. It's weird. That was Paramount Tactical talking, which I blocked.
And to sit here and say, well, we can't see who's on the roof. No, but we've seen where Tyler is. We've tracked him the entire time. We see that it's him to get on the roof.
Dude, it's so easy to put a phone on someone and say that it's someone's
phone. I'm not talking about a phone. I'm talking about
the metadata associated for us to say exactly where he was. That was not a portion of the conversation. Sorry.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Can you name an example, like in a murder case where like they did that, or they framed them by putting metadata on their phone illegally to frame a random person?
I'm not saying.
That's Blake Neff talking. So he's right here. And this is Louisiana. Go check my X and you'll find her. And go watch the whole space because I'm just showing you a bit.
Putting the metadata illegally on the phone, Blake. I'm stating that it would be an easy thing to plant, right? I don't need a proof in order for it.
Couldn't they actually catch that? Like, how many people need to be in on this happening?
Can I ask Blakey from another Blakey? This Blakey wants to talk to that Blakey. Can this Blakey do that real quick? Hey man, just curious. Have you seen my Judas Harpole video? And I'm curious what you think of it.
I have never heard of this video, and I have no idea who you are.
If I send it to you, will you watch it?
Probably not. I mean, that's Judas Harpole. I mean, I know Brian Harpole, and I don't think he was a Judas, so I think that sounds like a pretty dumb video.
He's not squeezing something underneath his arm?
He's not You're going for like coded messages on their arms now? Like
No, not coded messages, like an actual squeeze, like a squeeze, like he squeezes.
Blake, let me get you up to speed. Blake Bednarz is kind of the biggest proponent of the exploding mic theory, and he believes that there's a device underneath. Pendant. We switched to pendant. Back in like December, it was a mic. We move it on to pendant, but he believes that Brian.
That shows growth.
He believes that Brian Harpole is squeezing the device underneath his arm to set off the exploding
Okay, why would you believe that when it's like extremely obvious that Charlie was shot by a bullet?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Hey,
Yes, it is.
I was there. I was there. So since I was there, I know that
Did you see it?
extremely loud crack happened in front of me, which was facing out towards the crowd. So the giant
Hey, Blake.
sound.
So you know
Blakey, I will. Can I offer you this?
No.
I will donate $10,000 to Turning Point, whichever Turning Point organization that you want, or I'll do 15,000. Okay, if you will agree to do a 1 hour show where you just sit and watch me present something, would you do that?
First of all, like I'd actually probably want you to get that shit in writing before I would even consider it.
That's
like,
fine.
Real writing. Like get a lawyer to draft that out. Then maybe I'd think about it. 15,000 is a lot.
Okay. 15,000 is a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, you guys lie all the time. So like.
No, I'm just gonna show you video.
You're gonna show me video.
Yeah. Will you do it? Or I'll
I mean, what is happening here? Why are we offering Blakey any money over here? Nobody wants to watch the video, or he doesn't know you? I mean, you're in the lawsuit, aren't you? I don't know. I don't understand any of this. Why we're offering anybody money to watch a video? But yeah, moving on.
send it to you. Deal? And I'll stop posting the ambiguously gay duo of you and Andrew. I promise.
Blake, I think what he's saying is before he would take you seriously at all, he would want to see something in writing by a lawyer official saying that you're going to donate $15,000.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that.
And then I think from that point, he has a decision to make.
Can I ask a question, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Where is the SUV? Do you know where it is?
The SUV that like Charlie was in?
That would be the one I'm referring to, yes.
I have no idea. I don't even know.
Why not?
They probably rented it.
But it was auctioned off, correct?
I've heard people talk about that. It's possible. I have no idea.
When you got out of the car, what was the string that you were holding?
Charlotte. Sorry. So I talked to the person who gave the pictures to Candace. His name is Mike. So the employee that was cleaning said it was auctioned. It came from California to Utah, back to California. Is that correct? Or
I
you
have
don't
no
know?
idea. I didn't book the car.
She's not on the security team.
Oh, you don't? Okay. I'm just asking a question.
Diligent, just come in. I'm sorry,
I'm
Allie.
just asking a question.
No, you're
to
good.
see if he knows, because it's a part of the crime scene. So
He just said he doesn't.
Okay. So I'm just asking, is that okay?
I mean, probably, because generally what you'll find with things that are involved in a crime scene, especially something large, is the police officers will photograph it, they will document it, and then once they've done that, you don't need to keep the entire SUV in.
What's he talking about? And I don't know why Jordan's interrupting me. I'm literally trying to ask a question. Let me ask my question. When you have your turn, you can ask your question. So I didn't like the fact that he's not part of the security. Are you on his side or something? Like what the heck was that? Wait. You don't know who drove in Charlie. You don't know where the SUV went after, but you work there. You're like a part of the team. You are like, an executive, of the Charlie Kirk show. So I'm not sure why he doesn't know any of this. And he does. He has to. He has to know.
Cold storage for 3 years. Like that. That's what you do.
So what about what about Erica's necklace or Charlie's necklace? How did that?
No idea. I suspect they didn't feel any need to keep that necklace because the theory that it was used as an exploding microphone or whatever, or an exploding necklace, I will be frank, is really stupid.
No one believes that actually, literally, but it is one of the most significant gaps in the case, and I'm posing this to everybody, is the chemical composition of the necklace. Is it silver or is it stainless steel? And that does matter. Yeah, call me crazy.
Hey, Tara, can I jump in here?
Have you ever been advised by a physician to seek treatment for delusions or other?
Blake, I have a question. Do you know why or if the FBI ever examine Charlie Kirk's phone, or did it go straight to Erica?
I can't speak to that.
So there's a lot of things he can't speak to. He doesn't know. I'm just gonna let it run, and then it's only it's only another 10-minute clip, and then you can go head over to Louisiana and watch the rest of it because I think it's a 5-hour space. So, yep, everybody was awesome in here asking the great questions to Mr. Blake Neff.
You
Why did
can't
we?
speak to that? Why? I really seriously doubt that you don't know the answer to that question.
I don't own Charlie's phone. I did not assess it for the FBI.
But if it didn't, would you think that was a problem?
Let's not dogpile him.
What does like actually know? Like, what would them assessing
The first thing they do in a homicide case is take the victim's phone and the suspect's phone. It's the very first thing they do to see if there had been prior threats or prior engagement between the two. Well, right? This is standard operating procedure. So why would Erica Kirk have his phone and not the FBI when there's a murder case involved?
Why would she
especially when there were
his phone?
Especially when there were credible threats against his life in the weeks leading up to his assassination.
Well, perhaps that they searched Tyler Robinson's phone and didn't find anything. I don't know. It's not my job.
Can I jump in here, Tara?
Doesn't make.
Yeah, just jump in whenever. Just make sure like you guys don't cut each
Yeah,
other.
we don't need a dog pile him. It's okay.
Can I apologize to Blake Neff? Sorry, I karate chopped you with my voice.
Yeah, just make sure everybody has their own
Miss-
space. You know what I mean?
Mr. Neff, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you extending your time to us to speak to us. I wanted to ask you about the stuff that you do know about. Can I do that?
I guess I may or may not know it.
Sure. I just want to ask you about what happened on the day. So when you arrived at UVU, what happened?
I arrived at UVU shortly before the event. I came in that day with Charlie. He had an event that he was speaking at, some sort of like small business association, something like that. It was a small event. He went and spoke at that. I didn't actually go to that. I was like, we were doing the show, and I think I was like listening in on the show when we were putting up the episode, something like that, I think is what I was doing. Whatever it was, we had 2 SUVs, and I was in one of them, and I was just kind of chilling in that SUV while he gave the speech. And then we drove up to the event. Throughout this, I was only ever in the other SUV. So, there were 2 of them. I wasn't in the one Charlie was in. And then we got to the event probably, 10, 15 minutes before Charlie went out. And so I was in the space by the tent, kind of behind the cordon. So where we had all the Turning Point people. And Charlie started taking questions. I was kind of pacing around behind the tent for a little bit. Just on the phone. I mean, I'd been to these events before, so I usually didn't pay ultra close attention to everything Charlie was saying.
What is your role at these events?
What do you mean?
Do you have responsibilities there or?
Let me think. So usually not during the event itself. So sometimes I was helping Charlie prep before. This is our first one of the season, and so we were like nervous about stuff that might pop up. So I had prepped with him the night before on potential tough topics. I prepped with him on the flight down. That was kind of the main reason I was there, I think, besides it just being the opening one, so more people would sometimes show up at that.
What was the topic that you prepped him with the night before?
I prepped him on a variety of things. We talked about faith topics. We actually did prep, like, if you got any weird questions on just like Christian doctrine, because it's a Mormon campus. We prepped about Israel stuff. We prepped about if he got asked why he wouldn't debate Nick Fuentes. Those are the main ones I remember.
Were you in the I'm sorry, Jordan, go ahead.
So Charlie comes out, then what happens?
Charlie comes out, he starts answering questions. I remember maybe the first question, if not, it was a very early one, was asking him, like, it was like kind of an extended back and forth about Mormonism versus Protestantism. That went for a while. I want to say like 10 minutes or so. And then either the next question or the one after it was, of course, starts asking about the transgender shootings. At that point, I'd moved sort of towards the front and to the left of where Charlie was speaking. So that's why I'm like on some of the videos of what happened. I believe I was just like looking at my phone at that time. And then I heard a very loud crack, like a really loud
Before we get to that, can I ask you, the audio stuff that was going on, there was a lot of coordination going on in the minutes before the shot. Do you know anything about that?
Coordination of what sort?
Yeah,
Meaning a lot of
there
people
was.
were talking to each other. There seemed to maybe be a technical issue. Do you know anything about that?
Charlie was saying, I can't
Nothing that I
hear.
know of.
Okay, thank you. And then the shot comes out. What are you thinking as you hear the shot go out?
The very loud crack. I mean, it was just very abrupt, and so, like I said, it sounded like a really loud, like firework is what I would say. And it was in front of me, so I snapped my head up and I looked straight in front of me. Like I kind of thought it came from the crowd initially, so I was like looking in the crowd. I even remember like in the moment thinking like, "Oh,
weren't you behind?
What's that?
Did you say you were behind the tent?
No, I was pacing behind the tent during the Mormonism question, and then I kind of moved out to the left of where Charlie was, left facing outward, so it'd be to his right if you were.
Yeah, I know where it was. Yep.
And that's where I was when the shot went off. I'd say probably like 20, 25 feet to Charlie's left. And I hear the crack. I look straight up, and I don't like see anything. And so then I look to my right and I see Charlie. Well, you can probably imagine what I saw, and I pretty quickly realized he'd been shot. And then I initially, like I said, I thought it came from the crowd. So what I initially thought the moment it happened was I thought that since the guy was asking about transgender shooters, I kind of, my initial thought was that the guy asking the question had done something like, how many transgender shooters have there been? And then he like pulls out a handgun and goes, one more, and like shoots Charlie, is what I kind of thought had happened. Because like I said, I wasn't paying ultra close attention, so I didn't hear like.
Did it sound? I've interviewed probably half a dozen students that were in the crowd in various locations that day. It's recorded. Like I recorded all of these interviews at UVU, and actually all of them described it as more of a firecracker or firework sound as opposed to a loud gunshot. Would you agree with that perception?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not actually a regular rifle shooter, so I don't know what.
Weren't you in the service?
What's that?
Weren't you in the service? Or am I mistaken?
No, people just make stuff up because they push a bunch of deranged.
That's why I asked. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no.
Hey, Blake, I have a respectful, just super simple question. I feel like is pretty paramount as well. Who was driving? Do you know who was driving the Charlie's SUV?
I don't remember.
Coming into.
His name was Chris.
It was probably just either. Honestly,
How do you not
remember.
know?
I feel like there was usually some security guy who drove it, but I don't know who it was that day.
Was it a security guy named Chris by chance?
I don't know.
Christopher?
I genuinely don't know.
Also,
So as the shot goes out,
your account of that hearing that noise was like very oddly specific.
If we can just break this up so like other people can ask questions a little bit too, right? Instead of like having a whole biography of what happened all at once. I was curious. Right. You said that you heard the gunshot. Did you make a phone call? Did you call 911?
I didn't call 911. I actually remember having that thought, and then having the thought that that would be pretty pointless because there were a trillion people there, including actual police officers. In fact, when I fled out the back, I passed by a police officer who was like kind of guarding the back entrance. And I remember going by him, and he was confused. He didn't know what had happened. And I remember saying to him something like, I think I said shooter to him, or like.
Do you think the whole team had that same thought? Because did anybody call 911?
I have no idea. I don't think 911 response time was a particularly big concern.
That's it. So that's the rest of I don't know what you guys thought, but go watch the rest of Louisiana Space. And thank you so much for watching this video. No 911. No 911 and a lot of unanswered questions. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And it was an opportunity to ask Blake Neffy some questions. So and you know what? A lot of people did. There was Mr. Lecco there, diligent. It got interesting after. So I would love for you guys to go watch it and check it out. And thank you so much for watching this small clip. And keep fighting for the truth, everybody, because this can happen again and again and again. And if we don't fight, I think we're going to be where will we be is the question. In the age of AI and elites and everybody, we are the slaves. I don't know what else to say. But tune in for some court trials coming up. We did day 1, day 2, day 3 for the Tyler Robinson hearing, and we will be doing tomorrow and Friday. So please tune in. I know everybody's covering, everybody's doing a great job. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this, and watch my breakdown of SUV with Mike, the one who gave the photos to Candace. Watch that. It's in my video section and in my live section, part 1 and part 2. So thank you so much for coming, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.